Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Easy Career Growth. On today's topic, we're going to talk about ghost jobs. I think everybody's heard of ghost jobs, but if you don't know what a ghost job is a role, it's a position that's posted, but it's nothing behind it. It's no real job, it's fake, absolutely fake. So in this video, I'm going to give you 4 key steps to avoid applying for some of these ghost jobs and what to look at. So stick around, let's jump right in. So again, what is a ghost job? A ghost job is a position that's out there that there's no substance behind it. There's just nothing there. It's fake, it's absolutely fake. You ask yourself, well, why would anybody advertise? Why would anybody spend money to put things on Google Ads? Or why would anybody put on LinkedIn? Why anybody would hire a headhunter and put a fake job out there? Why would they do that? Well, there's some several reasons why they would do that. But if you look online right now, you can see there's about 9 million jobs that are open. And about 6 million people out there are looking for jobs that can't find jobs. So it doesn't add up. So you could say, well, they don't meet the qualifications, they don't meet the standards, or they're looking in the wrong area, the CV is wrong, etc., etc., etc. But clearly, there's a mismatch. There's just something that's off there that's saying that there are all these jobs that are available, but no one can find them. The reason why some of it could be the case is because they're fake advertising. They're fake. They're not there. They don't exist. I'm not going to use the word scams, but they just aren't realistic. So you ask yourself, why would employers go out and advertise to promote fake jobs? Why would they do that? What's the advantage for them to do that? I'm going to use some key things why some employers do this. Some employers want to give the impression that their job or their company is growing. They need people. They're expanding. They're in good health. When maybe they aren't. Maybe they aren't expanding. Maybe they're in financial strife. But if you send out constantly putting ads out that you're looking for jobs, you need people, then it gives the impression the company's doing great, they need people, it's growing, it's a great place to be, we're hiring. May not be the case, so be aware of that. Others employees post jobs because they're underhand and they need people, and maybe 2 people resigned from the company, 1 got let go, etc., etc., and the staff that's there are begging to the hiring manager, begging to HR, please promote someone, please put somebody's roles, we're working overtime, can you post a position? So what some HR and what some employees would do, they will post their job knowing well they're not going to fill it, but they do it to buy time. They do it to appease the people that are working the overtime, that are working in so many stress jobs. It's out there, and then the HR will come back and say, hey, look, we posted the job, we can't find anybody, we've been checking, we've been looking, and we just can't find anyone. So that's another reason why some employers may post jobs that they never intend to fill. Another reason is they collect data on people. They just want information. They're trying to pulse the market, trying to see what's out there. If I put an ad out and I get 15 people come in, that will tell me how I can treat my team sometime. Are there better people out there? Are there people that I can hire for less wages? Are there more junior people out there who will do the same thing? What's going on in the market? Is there nobody out there looking for these type of jobs? Or are there 1,000 people out there looking for these jobs? Data is key. Because if you know you can't find anybody out there to replace a job, there's no good candidates, or you have to pay 3 times the price because the market's changed, it might change the way you treat your employees. But if you know that 10,000 people are looking for the job and you have a problem with an employee, you know tomorrow, if I get rid of that person, I can very quickly find somebody else to fill that spot. That's another reason why people put out ads sometimes just to test the market. Sometimes people put out ads just to get free work. Let me explain what you mean by free work. Sometimes they will ask a candidate to demonstrate. I need you to write something for me. I need you to do some coding. I need you to do something for me so you can demonstrate your work. Now, once they get that information, they get that data, they get your work, they can then use that for something else or leverage off of it. But if they do that to 10 people, they do that to 20 people, and they get ideas and they get some type of work, a paper, coding, whatever, then they can use that to their business and they didn't have to pay for it. It's like free labor. So be careful, because sometimes some of these coding jobs, you have to test yourself, you have to show your ability, you have to solve a problem, right? So companies want to see it's legit, but sometimes these companies don't really want to hire you, they just want your information, want your data. Not all companies like that, 90% of them aren't, but be aware, there are some employees out there that will do shady things to just get information. One thing I touched on earlier, but it's building a pipeline, building data. So I got a database. If I can go out and put a couple ads out, and if I get in 100 applicants, I can screen them. I can come down to, just say, my lean list. Out of 100, I got maybe 10, 15 solid sound employees that I can go after. If they come up with 10 key candidates that they can use in the future, they can go out to a headhunter and say, these 10 people, I want one of those. So go out and cherry pick them. Go out and solicit those guys. Go out and get those guys. I want one of the 10. And so that'll give somebody who can now, very, very quickly, they don't have to go through this whole interviewing process. They know 10 people that they want, 10 people they can use. They've already tested it. They already went through the interviewing process before. They didn't hire anybody. They didn't want to hire anybody. They weren't looking to hire anybody back then. 6 months later, now they need somebody. Now they have a good idea of the 10 top people that they want to go after. So now we've gone over some of the key reasons why employers would do that. Now I need to give you some key ideas and key things to look at when you're going for jobs. Some of these may be fake. How do you understand? How do you know what's fake and what's real? You don't want to be out there doing a whole bunch of work for things that's just not real, because it's demotivating, it's tiring, it's taxing to go from the internet, try to find a good job that your qualifications meet, and then you apply and you get nothing. So you want to streamline that a little bit to make sure the jobs that you're going after are real. Here are 4 things to look at when considering to apply for a job. Number 1, is the job description vague? You really can't pinpoint what they're asking for. It's a bunch of gibberish. It just talks about, a bunch of nothing really, and you really can't figure it out. It's got a couple of the buzzwords in there that you understand, but you really can't understand the gist of what they're looking for, the qualifications, the experience, the education, and what you're really gonna be doing. That's a key flag, because people are trained when they put these ads out to be very, very pointed to get the right person they're looking for. So if it's very, very vague, they might just be fishing, trying to grab everybody, pull everybody in. Be aware of that. So if you don't understand what the job description is, it's a flag. The job posting never goes away. It's always there. Every time you turn around, you can find this same posting. If you can see the same posting, that's a flag. That means that job hasn't been filled. Now, it could be legit, because sometimes companies are very, very specific about what they want, and maybe they can't find that right person. Maybe they're still looking. But if it's always there, you've never seen it filled, it just never goes away, that's a flag. That means that they're just mining for information, and that means that they're just looking around, trying to fish, trying to find out, because most jobs are filled with anywhere between 3 to 4 months. 3 to 4 months they normally fill. Especially in this market, when you say there's so many people out of work. If the employee really needs someone, how long can they really keep that role open without filling it? Because like I said earlier, now you have people possibly doing double work or working overtime or extended hours, trying to fill that role. It's very, very important that they find the right person. So I'm thinking, yes, within 3 months, 4 months, worst case 5 months, you can find the right person. If you have the right headhunters, if you're doing the right posting, doing the right advertising, you can find the right person. So if you see a job that's open constantly, it's never closed, and it's just always there, that's a red flag that it's not a real job that's searching for. Number 3, no response. No response at all. Okay, you apply for a job, you updated your cover letter, you've matched the job description. I mean, it's like a dream job. It's like perfect. It's all there for you. You get no response at all. You follow up with another email, you follow up with a phone call, you try to go on LinkedIn, you try to do anything you possibly can to get the hiring manager's attention or you get the headhunter's attention. You get no feedback at all. Possibly you were duped. Possibly it's not a real job at all. I know 75% of people that apply for jobs never get any response back. They just don't. That's just the way we live. Common courtesy is out of the door now. It used to be you would get thanks but no thanks. But now, if they don't reply to the applicant, you get 0. Now, some of them are automatically generated where you'll get, hey, thanks for submitting your resume, blah, blah, blah. We will contact you in the future if everything matches up. Okay, that's something, but that's automated. When you go to an interview, sometimes you can still get nothing at the end and just go silent. They should have common courtesy to just say, hey, look, we're ready to fill the position. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it. We'll consider you in the future. This time you just were successful, and just move on, all right? Number 4, the job looks too good to be true. It's like, wow, it's like great benefits, fantastic salary, company car, flying business class, blah, 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 blah. You can work from home, 3 days a week. It's just perfect, fantastic. Come on. Let's be real. I mean, those jobs are out there, but they're few and far. And the people that have those jobs aren't giving them up, right? So the perfect job, if I got that perfect job, I'm not giving it up. Why would I give it up? I love it. No way to get me out of it. So if it's too good to be true, look at it closely and compare the benefits, compare the salary to the industry. Go on LinkedIn, go on some of the blogs, test it around and figure out, is this true? Can this job really pay this much money? You can find it very quickly. There's a bunch of tools on the internet that you can look at to validate what they're saying. And if it's close, okay, go for it. But if it's just pie in the sky, it's a fake job. It's a fake job and they're just trying to get data. So be very, very careful on that. So here's some things to do that I would do, that I'm asking you to do. All right, so number one, check the date. That's the key thing. Check the date on when the posting was put up. If it's 6 months ago, I wouldn't even bother, right? 6 months, 7 months, 8 months ago, don't bother. If it's something that's recent between the last 2 months, okay, it's probably believable. But if it's 6 months, 7 months job when it was posted, I wouldn't even look at it. I would just probably move on. Number two, I would cross-reference the job with the company's website. A lot of times they'll post stuff on LinkedIn, they'll post it on their website, social sites like Facebook or something. They have some information there, especially if they're hiring people, the onboarding process. They might announce sometime, hey, a new person just got hired, welcome to the team. It's always things to figure out if a company is really, really in a hiring phase. If it's a big company, you can go on the internet and see if you can find anything in the news about them. If they've just signed a new project, if they have some growth, if they're taking off into a new direction. You can always find out little bits and bobs to make sure it's true if it's not true. Contact them directly. Feel free to reach out to the company and say, hey, I saw an ad that you're looking for 3 people. Is it true? And try to get some feedback. You have to be polite about doing this. You just can't be aggressive and just kind of buffle your way in there. You can ask some questions because all these people are extremely busy. That's why they do the posting. So, but you can get in if you can. Now, if you can't get anybody, again, you can go on social media, try to find somebody on LinkedIn that's working with that company in that industry. See if you can send them a direct text and say, hey, you don't know me, excuse me, pardon me, blah, blah, blah. But I saw a posting. Do you know if they're really hiring? Because I don't want to waste my time. They are hiring. And maybe they can give you some insights. Maybe that's a good way to network a little bit. If someone is asking you for your personal information, don't give it. It's a scam. Something's wrong. Do not give out your personal information. If someone's asking you for your social